Hey, what's up, YouTube and Facebook? We here, in a live conversation number 164. Live conversation number 164. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out, to this broadcast here on YouTube. We also broadcasting from StreamYard on Facebook. We have Millage Minnick of Jersey City to share his testimony upon his upbringings and whatnot. So I greet everybody, and thank everybody for coming to this channel in general for something, different and new with the interview upon Millage Minnick. Millage Minnick, you on right now. I thank you for coming on this channel to share your testimony, to share your story, sir.
I
First,
for having me.
yeah,
I appreciate you for having me.
no problem. So first and foremost, where you from in general? Let the people know where you from and things of that nature. What area you grew up at, excuse me, and things like that.
Well, I'm from Jersey City, New Jersey. I grew up on what we call the Hill, which is the Greenville section, Bidwell Avenue, Martin Luther King Drive. Uh, 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 I had a very normal upbringing, uh, decent family.
For
You know,
sure.
we all have family members with issues. I had those as well, drugs, things of that nature.
Yes, sir.
Uh, but fairly good upbringing. Uh, I have 10 brothers and sisters. I'm the oldest, so took on a lot of responsibility at a young age. Uh, I was a good kid in school. Uh, you know, made some bad decisions that got me in some wrong situations growing up, and you know, uh, with God's blessing, I have changed my life around from those things. So, and still working on those things.
Absolutely. So you described that you grew up on the streets of Jersey City and whatnot. Um, did you get into any trouble in general? If so, then what age did it start, and what was the influence that made you get involved in that? If that was the case.
I was maybe 14 years old after I graduated high school. Um, and my influence was just being on the streets where I was raised around the area. A lot of things going on, and and I saw it, and the influence was just me, wanting to be like those people that I saw. So I started selling drugs at about. I actually started school the ninth grade and actually just stopped going. I started selling drugs at the age of 14 and ended up getting arrested the first time at age 14.
Mm. So when you got arrested at the age of 14, what was going through your mind? What was your experience like being arrested to, just to let the public know?
Well, I mean, to be honest, I was nervous. I didn't know what to expect. But I was, you know, but as a young age, we deal with pride. So walking into any situation, we're gonna feel like we can handle it. So, uh, yeah, it was. I was only in there for a day the first time, so it wasn't that bad. So, I mean, it was actually. I felt like it was normal at that age. It was just something that was. It just happened. So it didn't really bother me too much.
Got you. From my understanding, from certain news articles, correct me if I'm wrong. There was a situation or situations where as though you was involved in being shot.
Yeah.
Take us through that. your experiences through that. You know.
So, being in the streets at a young age, some don't understand, but I understood at that time. I didn't understand fully, but I understood being in the streets what came with it. It was either you're gonna get killed, go to jail, or something like this can happen to me where I'm paralyzed. So, um, it was just a normal day. I'm just out there doing my thing, you know, and it was a robbery going wrong. I ended up getting shot in my back uh, and paralyzed. It was at first it was a tough, real tough situation for me. I didn't know how to accept it. Um, you know, I was just lost. I didn't know where my life was gonna head after this or how it was gonna be. So it was really frustrating. The good thing about it is I had family around me that my aunt in particular, she was there. She guided me through. Um, I can remember just after I got shot, and you know, I guess they had me under sedation for about like 3, 4, 5 days maybe, and I can remember waking up not being able to feel anything, and man, it was just so much anger. I flipped the table. I started, screaming and cursing everybody out like it was their fault. Um, and I had to understand that, I put myself in that situation. I was depressed for about 6 months. But like I said, with my aunt helping me, guiding me through this, uh, she helped me understand. Once I came to accept that I put myself in this situation, I was able to, uh, the depression was able to ease up a little, because I took responsibility for what happened. And, you know, that began my road to recovery because without that, I just didn't want to do anything. I was just laying around, just not ready to help myself or willing to help myself. So, it was very traumatizing. I will say that. And as it was a hard road working. I had to learn how to dress myself. I had to learn how to wash myself. I had to learn how to get in and out of cars, transfer in and out the bed. So I mean, it was a tough ordeal. At my age, I was 20 years old. So this happened to me very young.
Understandable. From then till now, I know some people go through. I forgot what it's called. It's like a post traumatic stress or something like that coming
Yeah.
out of the military.
hmm
Or does that run parallel to what what I mean, the events that happened to you? Do you still have do you have dreams or in general? Do you have flashbacks and stuff like that in reference to that event?
Um, at the beginning, it was like that. I think if you're not a strong minded person, it will linger. Uh, 4 years. It lingered for some years, but it happened 17 years ago. So right now, I don't have dreams about it. I don't have any post traumatic stress from it. I do. It does sometimes, hit me when I'm sitting and seeing things or seeing my friends doing certain things that I can't do. It still sometimes bother me, but that's about it. I think I'm a strong minded person, and I feel like going through this, I feel like I can overcome anything.
Absolutely, absolutely. What type of advice would you give, kids that, are out there in the streets and don't have a care for life itself? Is there any pros in the streets that will, I guess, educate a person as, persons, involved in education or they have goals in life? Is there anything good out there in the streets as far as like, what these young kids are doing out there? You know what I mean? To send like a warning or some type of encouragement to them.
I can tell you firsthand, absolutely, there's nothing good coming from being in the streets. Nothing positive is all. I think the only thing you get out of it is you learning experiences, what and what not to do. But there's nothing good out there. But I will tell the kids that first and foremost, the streets is a dirty game. Uh, everybody's not your friend. People smile in your face and they'll stab you in the back. Uh, right now, uh, trying to be in the streets is it's worse now than it was in my day and age because a lot of these kids out here doesn't don't have a regard for life, so they're just killing and shooting and killing each other. And I would just tell the kids, man, uh, you know, figure out your purpose in life. Figure out what you want to be, because once you figure out your purpose and you stick to that purpose and you work towards that purpose, you can be successful in life. You know, I'm not where I want to be at this moment,
Yeah.
but being out of the streets, I'm at peace. I removed myself, even after my injury, I still was, in and out. Still had one foot in, one foot out. And, you know, uh, I definitely um, regret that part because, and I don't have many regrets in life, but I definitely regret that part because, God already gave me a second chance in life, and I was just teetering with that second chance. So I would say work on your once you find your purpose, work at it, and that's how you're gonna be successful in this world. Because um, don't believe the hype where they out here telling you that it's because of certain people or a certain race that you can't be successful. You can do anything you want to do. You have to just work on it and put your mind to it. And the streets is definitely not it. It's not the way at all.
Hmm. We got a question from the chat room. They ask you from Mrs. O. It says, "Do you go out and talk to the youth about being in the streets?" That's from Mrs. O for YouTube.
But I am really trying to get my foot into that. I've been working on it and talking to some people, but I haven't gotten to be able to do it yet. But that is definitely something I want to do. I really want to do it. So um, I'm really working on that as well. And if anybody out there have any help or any children that they need me to come to, I'm available whenever. And yeah.
You got another question from Jewel off of YouTube. Joel, excuse me. It says, "Do you think that so you had a second chance, and do you believe that it was God that preserved your life until now?" That question comes from Jewel over YouTube.
Absolutely. I believe he preserved my life because I believe I have my purpose, and my purpose is to help these kids coming up to make sure they don't make the same mistakes I did. So I definitely believe it was nothing but God.
Mm, okay. What's your goals? Now. in general? What is your goals? You know, being that you got a strong testimony coming from where you come from and certain the events that happened in your life, you know, you're a walking testimony. Absolutely. You know, so what is your goals in general?
Well, like I was just telling you, one of my goals right now is to, you know, get out here any way I can to help these kids, man. Talk to them, and just, you know, give them advice in any way I can to help them. Because I mean, we living in a dangerous world right now, and I mean that's basically my main goal right now is to get out here with these kids, man. I really don't. I'm really, you know, I wouldn't say not interested in a lot of things, but I'm really that's what I want to do, and that's uh, the main thing I want to do.
Cool. Do you have like a YouTube channel or something like that? You know what I mean? Or would you be interested in coming up with a YouTube channel to, you know,
Uh, Definitely, I would definitely be interested. I've been looking up some stuff on it. Um, I didn't know you had one, so so now I be able to reach out to you for help and you know stuff like that. So I'm definitely gonna work on that as well.
Absolutely. You got another question off of YouTube. It says from Mrs. O, it says, do you have suppressed anger about what happened to you?
Good question. Um, I have some. I still have some anger built up towards some people, but um, you know, I don't let it dictate how I treat people. But I definitely there's times where I get very I can feel the anger when I'm around certain people, and so yeah, I definitely have that some of that still in me. I'm trying to get rid of it because I wouldn't say it's hate. The anger is hate because I don't hate anybody, but definitely have some anger built up in me.
Let me ask you a serious question. So whoever did it to you or whatever the case may be, did you or do you forgive them?
Oh, um, I had no other choice, man. That was the only way I was gonna be able to be at peace.
Mm.
I had to forgive the person, you know, when it first happened. Yeah, actually, I didn't know. I don't know who exactly it was, and you know, nobody never ever got caught for it. So, but to whoever, you know what I'm saying. So, I had to forgive him though. But you know, I just looked at it and said, you know, I'll let God deal with that person.
Wonderful. You got a question off of YouTube from Georgina Flemings. They says, is there new or worse pain? Is there new or worse pain?
New or worse pain, like far as my injury or
Uh,
situation.
I didn't put it. Hey, Flemings, did you hear that question? So I'm gonna go to another question. You know what I mean? To wait to see if she responds. It says, have you been diagnosed with any mental illness since this happened to you? From Mrs. O.
Absolutely not. I'm a strong individual, man. I've been through, you know, going through being shot and being paralyzed wasn't the only things I've been through. I was actually a month before I got shot and paralyzed. I also I had got shot a month and a half before I got grazed in my. I mean, I got grazed in my head and I got shot in the hand. So,
Mm.
um, you know, I think that was God giving me a sign, and you know, us being as kids being hard headed, you know, I still was out there, and you know, I felt like God sat me down. I was out there moving too fast, but yeah,
Okay, so back to that question by Georgina Flemings off of YouTube. It says, "Is there new or worse pain?" Their answer was, yeah, to both, both.
Far as my injury, there's no new pain. No, I gained a lot of weight actually, cause sitting in these chairs and not being able to walk around and things of that nature, you would gain weight. But as far as like any new pain with my injury, no. I'm past all that. I'm just looking forward right now, and yeah, I feel I'm in a good space mentally.
Hmm. That's what's up. So, in general, I don't know if you did, which is another good idea in reference to like writing a book or something like that upon your,
Um,
the, the events that transpired in general.
I haven't thought that. I haven't thought about that. You know, that's something I can definitely add to my list, but not something I thought about.
Hmm. Well, that's what's up. I mean, honestly, there's a lot of creativity here on the internet or whatever. You can make a people make paperback books, or you can make a audio book. When you come up with your YouTube channel, whatever the case may be, because a lot of people are they're interested in things like that, and the kids out here need encouragement like this for sure. We got a question from YouTube from Latanya. They asked, "Why did you stop going to school at the age of?" It said the age of 9.
No,
I don't think you said it.
I
You said ninth grade, right?
no, I said I dropped. I stopped in the ninth grade. Um, you know, I just got um, you know how you man when you're in the street and you meet people and you get into the wrong things,
Yeah.
and I had a taste of my the first time I sold drugs, I had a taste of the fast money, and I was like, forget school. If I could make $100 in an hour, I was like, man, what's the sense of going to school? So that was the reason I dropped out of school.
Okay, cool. We got another question from Michelle Robertson off of YouTube. Says, "Do you feel there is a stigma for people when they seek for mental health challenges?"
I think it is a stigma out here right now. I don't think people take it serious enough um, because mental illness is real, and you know, I see people, on the internet admitting about their problems, their mental problems, they're getting laughed at. And, people taking it as a joke, but is people really going through a lot out here, and people need help. So, I would say uh, for people to take mental health really seriously, man, because people out here committing suicide, killing themselves, killing other people because they have mental issues. So I think in society, we just need to take that a little bit more serious.
Mm, wow. Rachel Winter from YouTube, it says, "Do you see a therapist at any time?"
Um, I wouldn't. No, I don't see a therapist. Um, I'm thankful that I have my aunt, man. She been like my rock for ever since this happened to me in 2005. So anything that I need to talk about, I go to her, man, and she just helped me through every situation, whatever it is.
Mm, cool, cool. That's what's up, man. Michelle Robertson, they asked, can you talk about? I guess they said they put the trap. They said, "Can you talk about the trap and instant of instant gratification and its effect on our culture?"
Um, we said the trap of instant gratification in our culture.
Yeah, and its effects on our culture.
Um, to be honest, I think, man, uh, the kids these days, man, is being influenced, man, by the things that we see, man. And you know, they don't. I don't think they appreciate uh, the value of life or value period, and they want to be liked. They want to be known. Um, they want people to respect them in certain ways, so they feel like they got to go out here and do certain things, for their name to be called or, uh, to be liked by a certain group of people. And I think it's really, it, I don't think the parents, and I'm not talking about everybody, but I don't, the parents are out here having kids at young ages now, and they don't know how to be parents. They actually learning on the fly. So I think all that correlates together. And yeah, so I think the effect is really hurting society, especially this generation that's coming up now.
Mm, that's what's up. Another question says, "Do you feel like you?" This is from Mrs. O over YouTube. Do you feel like you need motivation from someone, or you just want to be alone?
Um, I have uh, a few friends that I talk to that motivates me a lot, but I am a loner. I like to be by myself, but I was this way even before uh, this happened to me. I mean, Tony, so we went to school, but yeah, I've always been a loner, man. I enjoy being by myself, to be honest, but I don't isolate myself. I still interact um, with people.
That's what's up, man. Shirley Jones off of YouTube says, "Do you have any friends or family to support you?" Shirley Jones off of YouTube.
I definitely have friends and family that support me. I have my cousins, my brother, my aunt. I have, I've shortened my circle of friends because of I don't need. I'd rather have 4 quarters than 100 pennies. I don't need all those people around me, man. So I have definitely have a few friends that reach out to me. They check on me. If I need anything, they're there for me. So I definitely have support. If you don't have any support in this situation, you'll lose yourself. You'll go crazy. You'll let yourself go. So I'm definitely grateful and blessed to have the support I do have.
That's what's up. Question from YouTube. Fleming says, "Please ask if he cares for himself totally, or does he get visits at any time from a nurse, social worker, or for some kind of support?"
I do. I definitely have I have an aide because I live by myself, so I definitely have an aide that comes. I basically do a lot of things on my own. Far as when it comes to myself, far as like dressing, washing and things of that nature. I have an aide that comes help me 7 days a week to help me clean and do laundry and groceries. I also have a nurse that comes 3 times a week. To check my blood pressure, things of that nature. So yeah, I definitely have support in that area as well.
All right, we got another question. Have you ever saw drugs since somebody you know that you shouldn't have did it really? I really don't understand that question.
They
Do you
say, have I sold drugs to somebody that I shouldn't have?
No, they. I guess they put saw, but I don't know if they meant sold. I don't know. I mean,
I mean,
that's what they put.
if that's the question, I mean, in the street you're going to, you ain't gonna have no reservations for people. Like, you know, I sold drugs to my family. So, we're not thinking about that. Like a drug dealer is not thinking about who he's selling it to. He's just want the money. So yeah, at that point in time, I was just selling to anybody. To
Mm,
be honest.
that's what's up. Mrs. O says, do you have any triggers that I think we touched on it, but it says, do you have any triggers that bother you from the past right now that might remind you of it?
No, I don't surround myself with that type of energy. So nah, I don't go through that at all. I try to keep myself around positive people and positive things. And I was in a nursing home for 5 years, uh, from 2013 to 2018, and I met some wonderful people, and I actually forgot to name them when it came to support. But you know, I met some nurses and other people there that that also has been in my corner. So yeah, I just try to surround myself with positive things and keep myself around positive people, and I don't let this internet stuff, that goes on trick me into anything. I understand, the magnitude and what goes on social media. A lot of it is basically entertainment, man. So
All right. Another question. If you can go back and change one thing in the past, what would it be? That's from Mrs. O over YouTube.
I mean, this might sound crazy, but man, I wouldn't change anything. I mean, I think going through this experience has taught me so much. I don't know where, um, you know, I would be if I didn't go through the experience. I don't know, you know, how I would be now if I didn't go through this experience. It taught me uh, the value of life. It taught me, to watch who you surround yourself with. It taught me how to be a better person. I never was a bad person, but you know, at points in my life, I've done bad things to people. So, you know, um, yeah. So those, I wouldn't change anything, man. To be honest.
Cool. Here's a question from Hayes Blessings 123 off of YouTube. It says, can you ask him, have this situation brought you closer to Jesus? That question is from Hayes Blessing 123 off of YouTube.
Absolutely, absolutely. Um, I don't know if people believe this when people tell them stories about this though. Like when things happen to you, and you get shot and things, uh, and you're unconscious. Trust and believe that light that they tell you see, you see you see it, man. And just getting through all the ordeals I've been through, it had to be nothing but God. You know, I was before I got shot. I was on a run from prison. I was supposed to turn myself in July 27th of 2005, and I didn't turn myself in. I ended up going on a run. Had a warrant out for my arrest. I got shot August 8th, which was a week and a half later. If I would have turned myself in, this would have never happened.
Mm, mm.
So, um, I've definitely came closer to God, man, because I think that's the main reason I'm here.
That's what's up. My question is, when because you spoke about a light, you know what I mean. So my question is, when that situation happened, did you have a out of the body experience? When the situation happened.
Mm, you can. I mean, you could definitely call it that because man, you see things that I mean you wouldn't expect to. Like I tell when I seen that, excuse me, that light flash in my eyes, man. All I could think about was God. So if you want to call that out of body experience, then I guess. But besides that, no.
Okay, cool. Question from Mrs. O says, "Are you very self-critical because of what happened?"
Good question. I can be at times. Um, uh, I think if you let it this being in this situation, you will become very um what's the word I'm looking for? Very insecure. So I try not to let it affect me in that way, but I'm definitely self critical of myself at times.
Mm. This question is from Flemings off of YouTube. Prior to the day of that incident, did you have any dreams? The morning of, how did you feel? Was there any kind of what is that, intuition that something was off? Did you get any kind of sign that day?
No, man. No, I didn't. The only thing that day was the girl I was with at that time. Uh, while I was standing on that corner, I was supposed to be showering, getting ready to take her out to dinner, and I was prolonging it, prolonging it, and then out of nowhere, this just happened. So I didn't have no intuition that day because if I would have, I believe if I would have had any kind of intuition that day, I would have followed,
Mhm.
you know, my gut and so no, I didn't have any intuition that day.
Mm. Wow. All right, man. So if you got any type of closing remarks, man, you could definitely let the people know in general. I definitely want to probably one day do this on like live camera, me recording things and whatnot. Like a little mini documentary, what I'm saying, on yourself, whenever I get the chance to come back up there to Jersey and more ideas and stuff like that to help you, reach the youth and things like that, and dealing with YouTube and other social media platforms, man. Definitely what mine assisting and helping out with that one.
Anything for you, bro, man. So any way I can help you, help me. That'd be great. Um, I just want to say, man, to people out there, I don't know if there's any kids on here watching, but man, love your life, man, because if you don't, nobody else will. Um, uh, uh, respect people. Um, respect yourself. Um, uh, want to be great, man. I'm that I'm 38 years old, and I don't feel like I'm in a position I should be right now. So you know, I'm working on them things, but man, want to be great out here because the way the world is going right now, and I don't want to get into like politics or anything like that, but the way this world is going right now, man, it's a bunch of new stuff that going on that we're not used to, man, and you know, yeah, I just be great, man, and love yourself and respect people, man. That's all I can say to the people right now.
That's what's up, man. We're gonna conclude this, and I appreciate you for coming on this, man. Definitely got to do it again.
Thank you, man. me, bro.
No problem, man. Hope you have a wonderful night, wonderful evening, man. And much love and prayers to you, man, for sure.
Same to you, and thank everybody for the questions and blessings to all.
That's what's up, man. I get at you, man.
All right, bro.
All right, peace. All right, that was Millis Minnick from Jersey City, New Jersey, sharing his testimony of being shot and survived, and little details upon him when he was young, in the streets, and he wants to give encouragement unto the youth about the streets, and that is not a good environment to be out there and get involved in all those mischiefs type of activities. So, I wanted to share that with the public, whether it was on here on YouTube and or Facebook and other platforms out there that I promote every day, all day. You understand that? So definitely with social media, if you got a platform, man, definitely use it for the best. You know what I mean? For good tools and things like that, encouragement among the people. Do remember, if you got a testimony, anybody out there, if you got a testimony, especially if you're from Jersey City, New Jersey, my hometown, I actually went to school with Millis Minnick. We went to school together, PS15 on Stegman, and them courtyards and whatnot. So me and him went to school together. I believe it was like the 5th or 6th grade or whatnot. But if anybody got a testimony, of you being shot or you coming out the streets, or any gangs, Bloods, Crips, I don't know, Wolves, Chos, whatever, all those gangs out there, and you change your life around for the better, contact me, BOXERTONYHARVIN@gmail.com. I wouldn't mind allowing people to come on this platform to share their story, So I hope everybody have a wonderful night, a wonderful evening upon this Saturday night. Lord willing, I'll see y'all tomorrow, on live, only on YouTube. You understand that? So may you all have a wonderful, blessed night. Peace.